Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys predicted to cut ties with former Pro Bowl playmaker. The Dallas Cowboys revamped the team's running back depth chart this offseason and will have a new starter when Week 1 rolls around. Yet, several Cowboys veterans are fighting for a roster spot, with some players in danger of never taking a snap for Dallas. The Cowboys' significant off-season additions at the position include signing Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders during NFL free agency. Dallas followed up these moves by selecting Texas Longhorns running back Jaden Blue and Clemson Tigers rusher Phil Mafah on the third day of the NFL draft. All this has created a murky picture at running back months before the Cowboys begin training camp. One former Pro Bowler may be in danger of getting cut. New Cowboys running back Miles Sanders is a potential cut candidate. The Cowboys signed Sanders, who the team has familiarity with from his standout years with the Philadelphia Eagles, but this was not the same player who suited up for the Carolina Panthers. Sanders is fighting for a roster spot and needs to solidify himself during training camp. Sports Illustrated's Randy Gertze offered an early projection for the Cowboys' depth chart and has Williams winning the starting role. The analyst believes Sanders will get cut as Dallas finalizes their roster ahead of Week 1. Deuce Vaughn is another running back who gets the axe in these projections. Deuce Vaughn is another player who gets edged out by a rookie, Gertze wrote in a May 5, 2025, story titled, Dallas Cowboys 53-Man Roster Prediction After Rookie Minicamp. 7th-round pick Phil Mafah is a bulldozer who can dominate in short yardage situations. Vaughn was a great story, but he hasn't taken advantage of the opportunities to this point. Also gone is Miles Sanders, who wasn't impressive the past 2 years in Carolina. The projections have Blue as the Cowboys' backup running back, with Mafah and Hunter Luepke joining Williams as the 4 rushers who make the final roster. Sanders' days as a Pro Bowl running back may be a thing of the past. The veteran's best season came with the Eagles in 2022 when Sanders posted 259 carries for 1,269 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns in 17 appearances, earning his lone Pro Bowl nomination. Sanders failed to reach 500 rushing yards in either of his 2 seasons with Carolina. The running back could have a bounce-back opportunity given the number of weapons who will surround him in Dallas. Unexpected Cowboys 47-game starter predicted to reset market at position. The Dallas Cowboys, the media, and its widespread fanbase have the majority of their attention squared at one future contract extension, that of All-Pro edge rusher and linebacker, Micah Parsons. And whilst EVP, Stephen Jones, feels confident that they will eventually get a deal done with the former Penn State star, there have been few forthcoming updates on that deal in recent weeks. However, a deal that should be looked at considerably more eagerness is the likely looming contract set to be awarded to Cowboys guard, Tyler Smith. Smith has started all but 4 games over the past 3 seasons in the NFL, since being drafted out of Tulsa in 2022, en route to making the All-Rookie team, followed by 2 Pro Bowl appearances and 1 second-team All-Pro selection this past season. Tyler Smith could be next in line to break the bank in Dallas. Accordingly, Smith is viewed by Christopher Knox at Bleacher Report as a player who could well reset the market at guard when he gets paid, although he could be waiting a while. Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman Tyler Smith is extension eligible this offseason, Knox writes, though Dallas doesn't have a recent habit of awarding new contracts early. If the Cowboys decide to extend him this offseason at all, there's a good chance they'll wait until after Trey Smith has signed his deal. Now, there's no guarantee the Cowboys will extend Smith this year. The 2022 first-round pick still has 2 years remaining on his rookie deal, and Jerry Jones has a tendency to wait on contracts. Will Tyler Smith get his extension this offseason? Yet, Knox considers that Jones could make an exception for Smith and pay him early, possibly giving him a league-high deal at interior offensive line in the process. Smith has started 47 games in 3 seasons and has earned a pair of Pro Bowl nods. Smith is not, as Knox notes, at this point in time one of the absolute top guards in football, in the tier of figures like Quentin Nelson, Quinn Meinerz, Landon Dickerson and Chris Lindstrom. However, he is probably in the tier directly below those players, and easily a top 10 guard in football. And with all of those players tied up in long-term deals, it would not be shocking to see the former Tulsa man supplant Dickerson as the highest-paid guard in football at some point over the next 10 months. Dallas Cowboys might not be done with big moves, could add All-Pro. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones hinted at significant trade talks ahead of the 2025 NFL Draft, then weeks later acquired wide receiver George Pickens. With a few holes remaining on the roster, it appears Dallas could have another move up its sleeve. Appearing on SportsCenter, ESPN NFL reporter Jeremy Fowler said he spoke to a source inside the Cowboys organization who suggested they might make another trade this offseason. Fowler then noted that Dallas could be one to watch for a Jalen Ramsey trade. The Miami Dolphins have been looking to trade the All-Pro cornerback for weeks now, in part due to a reported rift with head coach Mike McDaniel. While a deal isn't expected until this summer, multiple contenders have reached out to Miami about Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey stats 2024, 2 interceptions, 62% completion rate allowed, 83.2 QB rating allowed, 6.5 yards per target allowed. While he's no longer an All-Pro caliber cornerback, Ramsey is still an outstanding starter. For Cowboys defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus, Ramsey could serve as a movable cornerback who can play all over the field, or he can be deployed primarily on the outside opposite of Darren Bland. It would also provide much-needed help at cornerback amid uncertainty with Trayvon Diggs. The Pro Bowl cornerback is expected to miss a portion of training camp after undergoing a second knee surgery in January, a chondral tissue graft procedure. Jones has even suggested there's now a good chance that Diggs isn't able to start in Week 1. Ramsey would shore up that spot, allowing Dallas to bring Diggs along more slowly. If Ramsey is acquired and thrives in Dallas, the Cowboys could even designate Diggs as a post-June 1 release next year to generate $15.5 million in cap savings. For now, no deal is imminent and any team trading for Ramsey is asking the Dolphins to cover a portion of his salary. Given Dallas has already demonstrated its willingness to take big swings on the trade market this offseason, it's certainly possible Ramsey plays for the Cowboys in 2025.